here. Just got back Saturday night from a spring break trip, and I confess I'm trying to get my head back in the game. It's a great way to start. So welcome. So on behalf of the Twin City Youth Soccer Association Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome you to our public launch of the Winning Goals 2.0 Twins Impact Campaign. We're grateful to have with us today Twin City Youth Soccer Association board members. Thank you for taking time to be here today. Twins Impact Committee members, Twins Impact Campaign Advisor Barry Ball, thank you, Barry. Representatives of BB&T along with other corporate sponsors. Representatives of the town of Winston-salem and Davie County, thank you. Representatives of Forsyth County and Winston-salem, and representatives of the press, thank you for being here. We're here today to first honor those that had a vision. 10 years ago, the 90 acres that this park resides on was just an open farmland. 10 years ago, 650 Twin City Youth Soccer Association players were practicing all over Forsyth County on any piece of grass they could find and had no sense of what we call today club. 10 years ago, Twin City Youth Soccer Association had only one tournament a year that had less than $1 million of economic impact on the local economy. 10 years ago, Twin City Youth Soccer Association had one full-time staff member. 10 years ago, Twin City Youth Soccer Association had a board and a group of parent volunteers, however, that had a vision. These volunteers knew that this nonprofit had a chance to build a facility that would first create a home for Twin City Youth Soccer Association players, coaches, and families. Secondly, provide an opportunity for increased economic impact. And finally, to open up capacity for soccer all over the surrounding areas. Through the leadership of that board, Steve Halstead and David Neal and the Winning Goals campaign, both back in 2005 and 2006, this vision was actually realized. BB&T Soccer Park was built in the last 10 years, have been exciting to say the least. And I've had personal opportunities to be a part of the last 10 years. I'm just extremely grateful for that. From 650 kids playing each year to over now 3,000. From one tournament per year to 30 events over the weekends here. From less than $1 million in economic impact to an estimated $15 to $16 million per year from members and visitors. From one full-time staff member to now 20, many of whom are with us today. We've created a home for Twin City Youth Soccer Association. We've had an economic impact in our community, and we've increased capacity for youth soccer, and we're excited about that. So here we sit 10 years later. We're proud of the past. We're thankful for the vision that others had. And now it's with a great sense of responsibility to impact the next 10 years of our kids, our families, and our community that we move forward. To that end, I'd like to welcome Scott Wallison, our Executive Director, to share that vision with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. As Terry said, we're very proud of the last 10 years, but we're excited about the next 10 even more. Winning Goals 2.0, Twins Impact, is a fitting name for our campaign, as we're building on the back of the original Winning Goals campaign. Similar to those goals, we desire to have a huge impact in several different ways. First, improving player development. Second, increasing the economic impact that we've had. Third, investing in our communities. And finally, creating a place that people want to be. To do this, our project's been broken into 4 phases that I will share with you now. Our first phase is our turf fields. We'll be purchasing 28 acres of land to the west and adjacent to BB&T Soccer Park. We'll be adding 3 artificial turf fields for year-round play, along with fencing and lights. We'll also be adding additional parking and adding a playground to the park for my 2- and 5-year-old. We'll be creating multi-use path and trail systems around the beautiful lakes that sit back here on the adjacent property in conjunction with the Town of Bermuda Run's master plan that connect with a greater master trail system throughout BB&T Soccer Park that will allow for passive recreation, connectivity with the Town of Bermuda Run amenities, and opportunity to host running events. We'll be providing holistic development opportunities with key partners for our athletes. We'll be improving and adding recreation athletic fields throughout Forsyth and Davie counties through partnerships. We'll begin an annual coaching fund for some of the folks sitting in here to continue to attract and retain key staff for our club. We'll also begin our annual Twins Foundation Fund, including the hiring of a Twins Foundation Director to enhance our outreach to underserved communities. Here are several of the images for our turf fields. This includes the land here to the west with 3 artificial turf fields, and all the images are up here on the boards as well. Some images of what the turf fields will look like, as well as our playground for Gus and Charlie, and the area that will be enclosed in. Next is phase 2, our stadium field. We'll be improving our stadium field by adding a covered seating area, adding a press box and locker rooms, moving the scoreboard to the other end of the field, and adding additional seating along the hillsides. In addition, we'll continue to grow the annual coaching fund, continue to invest in fields throughout Forsyth and Davie County, as well as continuing to grow our annual foundation fund. Here are a few images of what our stadium field will look like. Currently, they're just concrete blocks to sit on. We'll look to add seating and a press box. And then here are some of the images from other facilities that we may mirror after. Phase 3 is facility enhancements. We'll be increasing the capacity and improve the overall facility experience by building out a grass field 16, which sits between I-40 and Highway 158. We'll be defining parking areas in the lower levels. We'll be adding fencing around field 15 and 16, along with fencing around the ends of several of our fields for other sports. And we'll be adding a lower level restroom facility so people don't have to walk 500 yards to the restroom. Again, we'll continue to grow our annual coaching fund. Again, we'll be investing in fields throughout Forsyth and Davie County and continue to grow our annual Twins Foundation. Here are some of the images of the lower level, including an additional grass field and a restroom facility that sits here. Finally, our field house. We'll be enhancing the offerings of the field house by adding a restaurant and coffee shop, adding a training gym and rehab facility for our players and families, as well as adding additional office space for our program directors. Again, as I've said in the last 3 phases, we want to continue to grow the annual coaching fund, invest in our foundation, as well as enhancing the opportunities with recreation facilities throughout Forsyth and Davie County. In addition to these 4 phases, there's 2 other key elements to our overall campaign. First, BB&T Soccer Park has been officially renamed BB&T Sports Park in honor of BB&T's renewed commitment to sponsor the facility, along with the desire to brand as a true destination for multiple sports, including lacrosse, ultimate frisbee, grass volleyball, and cross-country events. Second, the club will be renamed Twin City Sports Association. The organization has a vision to create a great environment for other sports, as we've done in soccer, for youth and adults, such as in lacrosse and cross-country, and other sports to be named later. As a nonprofit, we know that this vision is large. We also know that a vision like this takes tremendous financial support. The entire 4-phase project is estimated to cost about $10 million. And as the saying goes, you can't eat an elephant but one bite at a time. So we've decided to focus our fundraising efforts on phase 1 and phase 2 of the project, which totals $6.9 million. To date, in our silent phase, we have commitments for a total of $3.7 million in pledges from corporate sponsors, municipalities, TDAs, and individuals. And we've now entered the public phase of the campaign, and we're looking for support. We have a goal of raising an additional $3.2 million by June 15th to enable us to break ground on the turf fields by late August. We're looking for that support in a number of the areas listed on this chart. This vision will have an impact for kids, for families, and for our community. Will you join us in being a part of that impact? Thank you.
I think I failed to introduce myself earlier. Sorry about that. But by the way, I'm Terry Hales. I currently have the pleasure of serving Vice President for the board here. It's been a great love, and I've enjoyed it. So thank you, Scott. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming today. We hope you've enjoyed your lunch and our presentation. Well, Scott and I and others will be sticking around after the lunch to provide to answer any questions that you have. And we wanted to extend a special invitation for you to join us on Thursday, June 8th for our annual Twins Night. We'll be unveiling our new sign for BB&T Sports Park and honoring BB&T and their sponsorship on that night. Along with celebrating with the Twins families with our annual award ceremony, team meetings, games, and various food trucks. And we'll cap off the night with a concert by the Way Down Wanderers. This event will be open to the public, and we really hope to see you there. So we'll be here for any questions, but we thank you for joining us, and I hope that you're as excited as we are about what's to come in the years ahead. So thank you.